What's up, guys? My name's Tontworth. In this video, I'm just going to give a quick demonstration on how I farm shattered cores and what I believe to be the quickest way possible. Those are some basics. Shattered cores can drop off of 3 mobs that I know of. One being Rockgut, one being Thrum, and the other being sand beasts or some shit, sand golems from Desolate Sands. I don't recommend the last one because it's a white trash mob that is underground in Desolate Sands, and until you come within proximity, you won't even know they're there. So I would just throw that shit out the window and attempt to get either Rockgut or Thrum, Thrum, to spawn from the Archives of Zoltan Pool. Now, don't be surprised if it takes you upwards of 20 games to get either of these bounties to pop, because they're competing with 6 to 8 other bounties in that area of Archives of Zoltan Pool. So it's a pain in the ass. See all these checkpoint reach? That's me creating games to try and get this guy to spawn. So anyways, last bit of information here is I want to note that I do this on Torment 6 because in my experience of 20 plus kills or so, I've gotten the core every time on Torment 6 versus the few times I've done it on Torment 2 and 3 where I got nothing, and I was like, fuck this, let's up the difficulty and deal with it. And from that point on, I never went back. Now, I'm not the most hardcore Diablo player, so I'm just giving you tips that I know to do as a crusader. So you kind of got to get creative here, do what your class has at your disposal. So to get to the mob, I utilize Iron Skin with the Flash Rune. And so if I get hit, I just gain a short burst of speed. Or these bracers, or as a Chine arm guards. Basically, if I break something, I get a burst of speed. And in Rockgut's area, that's pretty easy to find something to break. Thrum's area, not so much. However, in Thrum's area, it's easier to get to him because it's just a bunch of those Shadow Fiends, and they're pretty easy for someone even in T1 or T2 gear to kill. So, anyways, let's try and find this fool. Again, I'm a T4 geared player, so I actually expect to die here. I don't expect to get here just first try, although that would be nice. There he is. I lucked out. No elites. That's the biggest obstacle you gotta face, is if you get a game and you gotta deal with elites. Now, something to know here, you might have asked yourself, well, you know, how am I going to kill them? But they actually don't have much hit points compared to other elites. So, alright, so there it is. Again, that's kill number 21. So, anyways, Hope this video helps out. I realize that it is sort of a gear dependent video, and not everyone will be able to do this. But for those of you that can, I hope this was somewhat helpful and insightful regarding doing it on T6. Anyways, happy hunting, dudes. Catch you later.